The importance of history can't be overestimated. The study of history, if it's done seriously, can enable us to avoid folly and in so doing make informed, wise, and constructive decisions that build for the future rather than set us back. History matters because in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you've been. That's what history is all about. History is just full of stories and full of experiences. The wealth of information that's contained in the history of the world and the history of various parts of the world are so rich with examples of the right way to do things and the wrong way to do things that to ignore it is a pity, and not to mention it can often be a disaster. Yeah, I think UCLA's history department is one of the finest in the world. It was considered one of the finest when I was there. It's only gotten better since I left, maybe because I left. But this is a department that is worthy of support. And not just because it's UCLA, and not just because somebody may have an attachment with UCLA, but history itself. The proper teaching of history to students who come into the history major as undergraduates or graduates has implications that you can't predict ahead of time. I mean, you don't know who these history majors are and what they're going to turn out to be. Some of them are going to turn out to be history professors. Most of them will not be. Most of them will go on to do other things in life. They'll be business people. They'll be on Wall Street. They'll be in politics and in government. They'll be social workers. They'll be law enforcement officers, FBI agents. They'll be from A to Z, because history is kind of the O-positive blood of academia. It applies to every discipline in life. You never know who that student sitting in a class is going to become. You could become president of the United States. Most of the people who come out of history are well positioned to apply the lessons of history in their own fields. And so an investment in the history department at UCLA is not just an investment in the university and its academic programs. It's really an investment in the future of the world, in the sane future of the world, in a wise future of the world. This isn't like investing in the stock market, where you know you buy 100 shares of IBM, it's either going to go up or down tomorrow. When you invest in the UCLA History Department, you're investing in the world, and you don't know exactly what the return is going to be or when the return is going to be, but for the most part, it's going to be a very positive return. You can't make a better investment than that, quite frankly.